Okay, so, well, welcome to C's World. As you can see, I have not changed, and that is because I just felt so passionately about what I was talking about in the last video, which was just black people getting along, that I kind of like, this is weird, that I kind of just wanted to talk about it now rather than wait. So, I'm hot. Basically, I was saying, if you haven't seen the last video, please go back and watch it. It's literally my first video, my intro video. Go back and watch that. I was basically just talking about how black people need to get along, and we need to work together. And there's just so many levels. It's like black men and black women have beef, and then it's the rich versus the poor. And then it's light skin versus dark skin, and then it's black girls have beef with other black girls, and then it's the black people who have beef with themselves, and we just need to dead all of it, honestly, because at the end of the day, we all gotta fight the same fight. If you're not fighting for yourself, you're fighting for your mom, you're fighting for your dad, you're fighting for your kids, and we're all fighting this fight. So why have such animosity against each other and against yourself? And okay, someone might be lighter than you, someone might be darker than you. Why do we have to have beef? It's weird to me. It is weird to me. And then it's also weird how people are kind of crapping on other people's experiences. Oh, I've never experienced that. That's you. That's you. Just because you haven't experienced that black person's experience of being black, first of all, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And second of all, it doesn't mean you can talk down on it. And it's just such a lack of respect in the black community. And I don't get it. I do not understand why. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter if you're light or dark. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there's still a prejudice against you. And we literally are in the middle of a fight, and we're sitting here fighting each other. And I'm not talking about black on black crime. I'm not talking about that. I don't even understand that that argument, so I'm not going to touch on nothing I don't understand. But this I will talk about, because I do not understand why we have such an issue with one another. And it's like, y'all, we are all going through it. Regardless of what your black struggle is, you're going through a black struggle. And we need to get along so we can focus on what is in front of us, and that is this fight. That is inequality, that is injustice, that is racial instances that are happening every single second of the day, it feels like. That is these black boys and girls being stolen, missing, kidnapped, and sold into God knows what. But instead, we're sitting here arguing with one another. We're sitting here fighting each other. We're not sitting here encouraging or uplifting or teaching. No, we're being negative. And it's like, we can't get it together. We cannot get along. And I honestly don't understand. Well, I understand that it's just a lack of respect from each side. And I'm not just talking about men and women at this point. I'm talking about everything that I said. It's just a lack of respect from one another. And I don't get it. I want to understand, but I don't think I'm meant to, because that's just not how I am. I don't care how light or dark you are. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I don't care what you've been through. I love you. I love my people. I support my people. I'm here for my people, as long as you're doing right. Now, if you're doing wrong and you're doing things that I won't say unforgivable, because we are supposed to forgive. But if you're just doing things that are wrong, then you're wrong is wrong, right is right. That's just facts. Like, there's nothing around that. Well, if you're doing wrong, I'm not going to support you. But I don't know. I'm kind of ranting. Excuse me, because I just feel so strongly about this, about us having to get along, and us having to work together in order to fight the system and beat the system and win and have our place in this world. I feel like for so long our people, all we have done is fight and fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And we haven't had we haven't gotten to take a break. We haven't been able to enjoy life. There's some people who have, but not everybody has. Not every Black person has been able to come out of the struggle. And I don't know. Not everybody is living the life you live, which is, again, your path is your path. Everybody does have the same resources, but some people just don't have the mentality to get out, and that has a lot to do with your parents or your household being your first teachers, and just that's where you learn everything from. That's where you learn how to communicate. That's where you learn how to feel or not feel. You learn how to love with your home, your people. And that's why, specifically speaking to any parents that may be watching, y'all gotta watch what you do and say around your kids. I've seen so many kids act like grown people, especially because I work with kids, and y'all really gotta watch what you do and say around your kids. That's why there are little kids who grow up to be racist, because their parents are teaching them those things. That's why there are little kids who there are people who grew up like, yo, like my mom or dad never taught me love, or I've never seen it, so I don't know how to be that. I don't know how to communicate because I've never had the opportunity to communicate with my parents, or I didn't see my parents communicate. Or the people who are putting their hands on people, I watched my mom or dad beat my mom or dad my whole life, so that's why I'm either really afraid, or I'm really aggressive, or I'm really angry. And it's like, it starts at home, and everyone's like, well, y'all see I try to grab my hair, ain't nothing there. Everyone's like, well, at some point you have to grow up. If that's all I've seen and known my whole entire life, don't you think that that's how I'm going to grow up? And yeah, there are some people who don't allow their circumstances to define who they are, or haven't allowed their upbringing to be them now, but there's a lot of people who haven't outgrown that or outlearned that. And I see a lot of times on Twitter people saying like, I had to unlearn a lot. There's a lot of people who don't take that time to do that. And so we as adults, and you as parents, because I'm not a parent, you need to do better. You need to do better with teaching your kids and allowing your kids to be kids, but teaching them right from wrong and just being better examples. And we as adults need to be better examples, because y'all see all these little kids on social media acting grown. Like, there's kids who act more growner than I do, and I'm 25. She's only 2. Man, we just gotta do better, y'all. That's all I'm saying. We just gotta do better. I pray that I'm able to teach my kids right from wrong, and that they truly do learn from me, but not from my mistakes in a negative way. Not like, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, I just really want us to be better as people, so we can work together and like fight, and like all be on one accord, like all have one understanding of like, this is a war we need to be fighting. I love my neighbor, and my neighbor loves me, and we can fight together. We're all supposed to be brothers and sisters, but we don't be acting like it. We be acting like, I don't know, we be acting like kids or something. We be acting like we don't support each other. And I know a lot of y'all are probably like, girl, what are you even talking about? I'm just talking about the fact that I want my people to get along so we can fight this war together. Because we're going against a lot. We're going against so much. Why add on to the pressure that we already have? Why add on to the negativity that we've already experienced? If I'm walking down the street and I'm being harassed by a dude, why not just say something? Hey, leave her alone. You ain't gotta fight about it. Y'all ain't even gotta argue. But at least you said something, and you could keep walking. but at least you said something. If, I don't know. It's just so many, like, it just has so like respect. It's just respect. There's none. There's no respect, there's no love. And it's just a constant fight between us. And I don't get it. I don't. And I know it's something that's been built in us for years and years and years, but it's like we gotta break that cycle. We need to figure it out. I am definitely rambling and ranting, but that's just because I'm just everywhere with that. Like, every time like that conversation comes up or whatever the case may be, it's just like I truly do not understand. So like I just be everywhere because I just want so much more for our people. And like, I have a little sister. I want her to be safe and comfortable in this world. And like, the least she can do is know that like her people have her back, but like we don't. It's weird to me. I'm ranting. Okay, whatever. That's that on that. Y'all, we need to love each other, be kind to each other, and love yourself and be kind to yourself. Uplift each other, but also uplift yourself. Do things for you and live the life that you want to live, but also live a life that's an example to somebody else. And just be as positive as you can. And if you have children, talk to them, be there for them. They're humans too. They have feelings. Like, allow them to express themselves. If they're angry, allow them to be that. If they're sad, allow them to be that. If they're happy, allow them to be that. But like, also try to understand why try to help them, especially little boys. Allow them to feel their feelings. Allow them to be happy or be sad or love. Allow them to have downtime. Allow your kids, period, to just be kids. But understand that they're also humans. And think about how you were raised. And think about the things that you went through. And don't say, well, my mama or daddy didn't let me do that, so I'm not going to let my kids do that. No, that's why you are the way that you are. Because you didn't have the opportunity to express yourself. You didn't have the opportunity to feel your feelings. And that's why you are the way that you are. And if you have a problem with connecting with people, why would you want that for your children? And that is why I'm saying all this stuff starts at home. And maybe there's going to be a part 3 and we can elaborate more on those things. But I just feel so passionately about this because I just want better for my people, especially our kids, because one day they're going to have to grow up and be in the same situations that we're in. And it is just a never-ending cycle. It is a never-ending cycle. And it's like, for 400 plus years, our people have been deprived of living, deprived of happiness, deprived of equality, deprived of justice. When is it going to end? We always say it ends with us, it ends with us, it ends with us. But like, I'm 25 years old and I'm still experiencing racism every single day. I don't want that for my sister. She's experienced racism in kindergarten. She was 5 years old. And it's like, yeah, it's other people being racist towards us, but we also have to start with our community. We also have to start with fixing what we have going on because it is so damaged and broken. And like I said so many times, there's just no respect and no love in our community. And I just get really passionate about it because I want so much more. I cannot stress that enough. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I just want more. I just want more. And that's all I have to say about that. Please be kind. Just be kind and spread love to yourself, to the people around you. And take a look in the mirror and see what you need to work on. To my Black brothers and sisters, I love every single one of you, and I am so thankful and grateful for your life. If no one has ever told you that, I'm so grateful and thankful for your life. I pray nothing but the best to all of us. I will see you guys next time. Peace and blessings. Have a great Sunday, because this is Sunday. That's not a... Okay, I'm out. Bye, y'all.